everyone, this is John from Forever Fit, and we're going to be talking a little bit about resistance training. Resistance training is usually done with weights or done with bands or various other pieces of equipment that you can use. Okay, it's not that it needs that much room. Okay, you can use the space just as small as I have here, maybe even smaller. Okay, all you need is room enough to use a band like the one I have here, or a set of dumbbells. You can use more equipment, but you don't necessarily need to. Okay? You can even use things like water bottles, cans from your cabinet, your kitchen, and you can do it right at home or a hotel room or anywhere else you might want to. You can bring those things with you. That's one of the things I like about strength training, in particular with weights, bands, bottles of water, your own body weight, is you can do it anywhere and you can bring that equipment with you. It's very transportable. Okay? Some of the benefits that strength training, resistance training has is it can help you with your overall body strength to build muscle. It can also help you with muscle endurance and keeping that muscle strong and maintaining that muscle. It can also help your cardiovascular endurance, your lung capacity. Okay, how long you can keep that lung capacity for. It can also help your heart rate, okay, and how that blood pumps from your heart through the rest of your body, okay. In addition to that, it helps with flexibility, mobility. It helps you be able to get your hands and arms stronger to get them over your head, okay, and it also helps you to sit up and stand up from chairs, get up off the floor, climb up and down stairs, and a whole host of other things that we need to do as seniors and as adults. In addition to that, something that people don't know is that it helps you with your brain strength, okay? It helps you to fight off dementia. It helps you to fight off Alzheimer's. It helps you get your eyes stronger because that blood pumps from your heart through the rest of your body up to your brain and then back down, and you get that nice, strong, rich oxygen throughout your body, okay? So we're gonna go through a bunch of other things, okay? A couple of the exercises we use, and we'll get into some details on how to use these devices to strengthen your body as we go and the reasons why, okay? So we wanna remember that anytime you're exercising, before you exercise, you talk with your doctor, see if you have any restrictions, see if you have any situations where he or she may say, oh, you should only be lifting a certain amount of weight, okay? See if maybe they say avoid certain movements and motions, and see if they recommend certain motions and movements for you, okay? Maybe they want you to see if there's a therapist or a personal trainer like myself, okay? Also, you always want to have a bottle of water nearby, something to drink in case you need it. You need to take a little break, get a quick drink, come back to doing your exercise once you feel comfortable with it. Some cases, whereas like we're further away from us, we lift lighter weights because that weight is further away, we have less control over it. When we're up close, we have more control, we can lift a heavier weight. And again, we'll get into a little bit more detail on that in a bit. Okay, so we're gonna start off, you always wanna get a good warm up. So we're gonna do circles with the arms, loosen up the shoulders, the chest, the back. We wanna think about that good tall posture, standing up tall. Breathe nice and deep, get that oxygen to those lungs. We're gonna go the opposite direction, loosen up shoulders, chest, backs. And so another thing that you can do with strength training is you can do it from a standing position. You can also do it from a seated position, okay? So that's what we're gonna work on today is both standing and seated exercises. We're gonna go alternating arms forward and alternate them back. And these warm-ups you can do from a seated position as well. Good, okay, so from there we're gonna move on to our legs. So if you're not comfortable marching, okay, if you have a little bit of a balance issue, a little bit of a coordination issue, you can always sit down and do it, okay? Or you can stand up. I'm gonna start off seated just so you can get an idea, and now I'll make my way up from the chair. If you wanna stay seated while I'm doing that, feel free. So we're just gonna start sitting up as tall as we can, get our legs moving. Knees nice and high. You can even get your hands moving in addition to your legs, alternating from one side to the other. Get a little bit of trunk rotation if you can, shoulders, chest, back, and we're gonna make our way up to standing position. Okay, again, if you wanna stay seated, feel free to stay seated. You may wanna start off holding onto the chair, see what you can do. Get those knees up as high as you feel comfortable with. Once you feel like you're comfortable, you've got your coordination, you got your balance. Maybe let go of that chair. Maybe pick up the pace, but be careful on that one. Okay. Shoulders, chest, back. Get some rotation in there. Get that trunk moving. Very similar to how we walk or climb up and down stairs. If you get the knees up a little higher. Excellent. Okay, so by now you should feel pretty warmed up. Your legs should feel warm. Your arms, your hips, your back. Okay, you should start to maybe be breathing a little bit heavier, okay? Have that heart rate up, which is fine. If you do need a drink, feel free to take a drink at any time today. We're not going to be doing a full workout. We're just going to get moving a little bit and give you an idea of what we're talking about with the strength training and resistance. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our weighted exercises. I'm going to sit down for this one, and I'm going to start off with a little heavier weight. So when we're lifting heavy weight, we want to keep that weight close to our body so we have more control over it. We want to engage our abdominal muscles, your core muscles as you hear them sometimes, basically your stomach muscles. Okay? We're going to tuck our elbows in. We're going to extend our arms, keep our shoulders back and down, that nice tall posture. We want to immediately feel that core, your abdominal muscles engage. That means they tighten up slightly. Okay? We want to rotate, turn our hands, wrists and forearms. We're going to do what we call a bicep curl. Okay? So we bring it up to our shoulders, chest, and back. We're going to squeeze this muscle here. That's your bicep. And then we're going to lower it down, keeping the elbows slightly bent. Breathe out as you come up, in as you go down. That breathing, again, gives you more control, more strength. It helps get that oxygen to those lungs and throughout that blood and through that heart, all the way up to that brain, as we mentioned earlier. Back's tall. Notice I'm not swinging the weight up and rounding or arching my back. I'm just keeping that upper body stationary. And the only thing I'm moving is the arms from the bicep. Okay? Good. Okay. So now we're going to be doing what we call shoulder raises. I'm going to switch weights for this just to give you a good general idea. Yes, you can use a heavier weight if you're comfortable with that, but we're going to use a little weight, lighter weight, so that you're more comfortable and so that you understand that sometimes we want to lift a lighter weight when our arms are extended. So your arms are extended. Before you even pick up that weight, you want to tighten up that belly. That's going to protect your back. That's going to protect the vertebrae throughout your back and make sure we don't pull any muscles. We're going to lift up and lower down. So we really want to be careful because as we get older, as we age, that cartilage in between our vertebrae and our back and our spine starts to sometimes break down. And so we want to keep it strong. We want to hold that integrity. So we want to use those core muscles. And we don't want to round our back too much, and we don't want to extend it too much. And we don't want to make any quick, subtle movements. We want to be nice and slow and controlled. Okay? So now we're going to move on to the legs. Okay? Give the arms a little bit of a break. We've already done 2 exercises with the arms. We're just going to put our feet flat on the floor. We're going to work on the ankles. We're going to press up through those ankles and feet. And then we're going to go back down. We're basically doing what we call calf raises. Calves are the muscles in the back of your legs. Press up and lower down. We want to get some good ankle flexion. So we're going to pick up our toes. Press through those feet and toes, up into the heels, off the floor. And then as we bring those heels back down, we're going to pick up the toes and balls of our feet, flexing those ankles. So extend up and back down. Up, back down. And we want to use those weights as a little bit at a resistance. We rest them right above the knee on the thigh, not the knee, because we don't want to mess up the knee or have any issues with the integrity of our knees. Press up and down. Excellent. Okay. So from there, you can even get a little marching. Okay. So we lift up that leg. We lower down. We use those dumbbells to enhance that weight and resistance a little more. We want to keep that back nice and tall. And if you feel like this is too much weight, you can always go back to using either no weight at all or a little less weight. Not a problem. Speaking of that, that's how we judge and how we figure out how much weight we want to be lifting. So if I can take this weight and I can lift it 10 times and it feels pretty easy, I can move up to the heavier weight. If I feel like it's too difficult and I can't get it to do more than 5 to 8 times, it's probably too hard. You want to move down to the lower weight or keep on working at that weight until you work your way up to the heavier weight. Okay? We'll get into that a little bit more in a bit. Okay? So from there, we're going to move on to our arms. Okay? I'm going to show you a little bit of the exercises we do with our bands in our classes. Okay? So bands are great because, again, they can go anywhere you can go. You don't have to have much space to carry them, and they're very lightweight. Okay? But because of the resistance, because they stretch, okay, they're very easy to carry around, and they also strengthen up those muscles, tendons, ligaments. Okay? And you can use them for both your upper and lower body. So we're going to go back to those bicep curls. Backs tall, shoulders down, chest out. We're going to rotate our hands, our wrists, our forearms. As I extend that weight down, that band down, excuse me, it gets a little easier. As I pull it up and extend the weight, the band, okay, it gets a little harder. So the extension of that band, that elastic, gets a little harder. If I want to make it easier, I step off it. I only use one foot. And that's going to take some of the tension off the band. Breathe out, breathe in. We can also do those shoulder raises too. So back's tall, working the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Breathe out as we lift, in as we lower. Up and down. Again, if you want to make it a little easier, we can always go to one foot as we lift that band. Okay? So we want to think about, okay, well, how do I know if or when exactly to switch from one weight to another? Good cue is I can lift it 8 to 10 repetitions pretty easily. And I start to feel like this is getting pretty easy. It usually goes for about a month and a half at the same weight, and then you start to feel easier, and you can move on to the next weight. So a couple pounds more is usually fine. Even a pound more sometimes works. If it's too heavy, remember, you can always go back to the original weight and then work your way back up for a little while. Some people take a little bit longer than others. Perfectly fine, okay? We should advance regularly because our body adapts, okay? We get stronger, we adapt. And so we want to advance into a higher weight, okay? Eventually, yes, you are going to hit a point where you plateau and you stay at that point for a while, but you should advance pretty regularly, okay? If you have any injuries, maybe you injured a shoulder, maybe you injured a hip, maybe you have an injury in your back somewhere, that may help you figure out what weight you're supposed to be at too. So if it starts to hurt where you lift a certain weight because of that injury, if certain areas have any issues, maybe it's a little tight, maybe you decide you don't want to lift any weight at all for that particular movement. Sometimes we want to strengthen that movement and work on strengthening that joint or that injury, so we want to use that motion and the weight a little bit more. So talk with your doctor, talk with your physical therapist, talk with your personal trainer, and work on a plan that works best for you, okay? And with that, we'll talk soon, and this is Forever Fit.